Welcome to another episode of Nothing's Ever That Serious. We got a sign. And we got a special guest today.
Very special.
We got two special guests,
Double the special.
Double special guests. We got Shapel Lacey. Let's go ahead and welcome him in.
How we doing? Yeah.
Thank you for being on. And we got Justin Elliot, who's also a comedian in town doing shows.
Yes, sir.
Let me give you just a quick, brief intro.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
Because I came out to y'all's show on Thursday night. I thought Richmond was pretty diverse. Is it a diverse city?
Depending on what day you wake up.
Okay. it might throw different things at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that day, the audience was particularly...
Fair.
Yeah, fair skin, white.
Fair.
Yeah,
Let's say fair.
yeah, and
Let's say that.
it was a little stuffy in there.
A little stuffy.
As a matter of fact, the woman who was sitting in front of me, she was clutching her purse.
Okay.
She was like, she didn't want to get comfortable.
Okay.
So then
Kept the jacket on.
Yeah, kept her jacket on. She didn't make herself at home. She was on a date with
But
with a
she's
nerdy
like,
guy.
I'll just hold on to my
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah. Let me hold on to my
Yeah.
purse. The host comes out.
Okay.
A nice, funny African-American woman
Okay.
making jokes. She started clutching her purse a little bit
Okay.
tighter.
A little bit tighter.
a little
Yeah.
bit tighter. Then the feature act comes on, Justin, who's actually here with us. Funny guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was like, her cup of tea. He had chains on.
Chains on.
He had some bling on. He had the fresh
Louis
shoes.
Vuitton shirt.
Louis belt.
Louis belt.
I think she whispered over. She was like, "Sweetie, you told me it was gonna be safe tonight."
Safe.
At this point, she put her purse under the seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
Between the legs, just squeezing it with her feet. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, so it was mad awkward. Then Chappelle comes out. He has this way with white people.
Yeah.
And finally, she's like, okay, honey,
Okay,
this is
okay,
why you brought
sure.
me. She takes her jacket off.
He's like, honey, just wait. There's one more comedian.
Yeah, because he comes out like, how you folks doing tonight? which was a big contrast from the previous guys. But thank you guys for
thanks for having
being
me.
with us today.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Like I said, you guys are hilarious comedians.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I might even come to the show again tonight, maybe.
Yeah,
Depending if it's more of like Justin's crowd.
I doubt it. Based off what we've been seeing, I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, last night was really good. We didn't want to judge Richmond off of the first audience.
Okay.
We had you was judging.
Yeah.
We were walking out to the hotel, like just scratching our heads, like, damn, are we good at this? I'm like, should we continue comedy?
Started questioning.
Yeah,
Don't
like
just go home. Just pack up.
we should just fly back to LA and just try something new.
Nah, but yeah, y'all killed it. Y'all are hilarious. And, Chappelle, I've been following you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're big into podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, yeah, we watch all different types of podcasts.
Yeah,
we watch,
yeah.
like, the 85 South show.
Yep.
But we
85
also,
is a good one,
we cross over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watch Theo Von, Bobby Lee, all those guys, Brendan Schaub, Fighter and the Kid.
Watch the whole world. Oh, okay, yeah.
So that was the first time
good.
I seen you on there.
Yeah. That was,
You came in to the Fighter and the Kid. Is that your first podcasting, or were you podcasting?
No. My first one was my own podcast, and then I started doing King and the Sting.
Okay, yeah.
With Theo and Brendan, then Fighter and the Kid. Then I had my own, and then I just stopped podcasting altogether.
Okay,
because I hate talking that much.
Oh, okay.
Is
that why?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I heard that. I heard you're quitting the game, and I wanted to know why.
I don't mind doing this.
Okay.
Like being a guest on podcast. That's easy.
Okay.
But like doing one, I really love the stage. I just love the stage. I'd rather people just come see a show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'd rather spend my time talking that way. Some people are like podcasting. They love it. They love it's a free world. And so for me, I was just like, all right. I was like, I don't know what the.
Did you feel like fully comfortable in the podcast space?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really either. I didn't really feel that much comfortable doing podcasts. And
was it the group of people, or was it just?
No, it's just in general. Like, because when I think about me in general, like
Maybe you needed a pod with some black guys.
Is that what it is? I was like, all right.
I think I was watching
I'll be here every
with
week.
you and like Brian Callen. Like I said, I'm a fan of his, fan of his comedy. But it's just some of the topics. They're like intergalactic. So let me ask you a question, Chappelle.
And I'm saying,
if aliens drop down from Earth, right?
Okay.
Yo, I swear to God, listen, let me tell you
doing-
something. If anyone, listen, the next person that brings up aliens to me, I'm gonna sock him in the chest. I swear to God, I don't care. Like, listen, if I don't see it, and if no one else has seen it,
wait, let me delete. I was gonna ask you an alien question.
Oh man, because I'm like, what do you want me to do about it?
Right.
What the fuck you want me to do about aliens? I don't know. Like, If they come here, they come here. If they don't, whatever.
And kind of where I'm getting at is like you have an interesting story and you have like an interesting experience and perspective that you could bring. And I feel like if you're potting with like that crowd and they just want to talk about like guy stuff or like MMA, and it's like their experience is probably way different than yours.
For sure.
Yeah, you stepped in and filled a role for them. But like they built that, like it wasn't your show, so maybe show. You never like
exactly, which is like that's not a bad thing with me. I'm like I don't care for a lot of these topics, and and it's meanwhile it's no disrespect,
right?
That's just what it was, you know. But and also when I think about it,
because like I said, I like Brennan, but sometimes I don't know what he'd be talking about.
But for me though, like. I just love comedy. I just love just love doing stand-up. And when I moved to LA, I moved to LA to do stand-up. I didn't move to LA for podcasting or anything of that nature. And I feel like all that I've gotten and all, is because of my stand-up.
Okay.
Anybody that's ever noticed me, like, I mean, when I first got my agents, they saw me live.
Right.
That's how I got my agents, my manager.
Right.
And they go, damn, I fuck with this. And so I just rather lean more towards into that because that's gotten me more things than anything else. Right. You know what I mean? And like not saying that podcasting didn't give me anything. It gave me like a fan base, but also like right now, like my stand-up is getting its own fan base too. So there's people that come to the shows that don't even know me from podcasting. They know me from my stand-up, which is a cool thing because that's what I have the most fun doing.
So to you, when you do podcasting, and it's aside from being on stage, do you feel like it's a different muscle?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, podcasting, you can be bad at podcasting, for sure. To hold a conversation and be that interesting all the time, whereas like, but being on the stage, like I just go and it's
more
50
improv.
minutes.
It's more improv too.
Sure.
Yeah,
more
improv.
I think that's where we noticed that we would go do projects and we would improv off of each other.
Yeah.
And so
we've been on sets and people be like, yo, y'all two need to do something. We write something. We making something specifically for y'all.
Okay,
y'all
that makes
chemistry,
sense.
so.
Yeah.
So even around like friends, I'm not even really that talkative. Like I'm not that like I'll listen a lot more than I'll actually throw in input. You know, like I've just been that way my whole life. Like my mom thinks it's crazy that I do stand up because she knows me as being shy.
Right.
So every time she sees me on stage, she's just like, I can't believe you fucking do this.
Wow.
I can't believe you do this. But yeah, I think I've just always been kind of like I love to listen more than I love to talk.
I noticed that about you, and we can.
Now that you say that, I can get that. I can get that for sure.
And we can kind of jump into that a little bit. Like you, based on your experience, you were a shy person. Can you give us a little bit just about your family dynamics, kind of growing up? I know that you were adopted.
Yeah, I was adopted into a white family in my teens. I was.
Shout out to white families.
Shout out to white families. Thank you. Shout out to Full House. Shout out to Step by Step. Shout out to Modern Family.
R.P. Bob Saget, man.
Yeah. Shout out Danny Tanner.
He died, right?
Yeah, he died.
R.P. man.
R.P.
He did.
It's just now getting to the black community. It's just now getting to. God
We
damn.
just found out.
He said he died, right?
My bad. I was late on that. My bad.
Very late. So I grew up, with four of the siblings in the home, and then my mom and my stepfather. I was always the odd man out because I was just always doing different shit. Like I loved like looking at everything. Whereas my stepfather, he was like a tyrant. Like he was very strict and abusive at that. Which in black homes that's just an ass whooping. But
I was about to say, my mom was strict too.
Yeah.
So I'm Guyanese, so they ain't
no, but he was a lot more aggressive than one should be.
Okay.
But
But it wasn't out of love. Like my mom.
Hell no, that shit went out of love.
What we having for dinner? My mom's like, it's switched, but we knew it was out of love.
My stepfather and I, we are 17 years apart.
Okay.
And he's been with me. He's been in my life since my birth.
Okay.
17 years apart. That motherfucker decided to be a stepdad at 17.
Oh wow.
Who the fuck decides?
Right.
I'm like, bro, you still got to go to class. Like, why are you trying? Like, I can understand if he had me, that's different.
Right.
But he didn't have me.
Right.
So of course he's not gonna be good at it.
Wow.
Right. But were you a bad kid? Like, I'm not. What do you call it? Victim blaming.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not victim blaming. But what was you?
What were victim blaming. What was you doing?
But what did you do?
Yeah. What did you do? You asked for it. How were you dressed? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey. I'm a balanced guy. I like to look at different perspectives. I need to have your stepdad on. And let's hear the real story.
Who's he wilding?
No, I wasn't. You know, I was just a kid that like I loved skateboarding. I loved playing guitar. Mm-hmm. You know, like those were the things that I was into for the most part. But I was bad at school for sure. Okay. But it was, I mean, a lot of it was because I just didn't like authority figures. You know, because like my idea of authority figures is my stepfather. Mm-hmm. You know, so like I think everybody's like that.
Right.
So of course I was crazy at school. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. I try to find my teachers. You know, but. You know, I swung on a couple of them. You know?
Right.
He peed on one of his teachers.
It wasn't his brightest day.
You evil, man. That's satanic right there. That's the devil. I think that's the devil.
But he had the same thing. It was just like anger that he didn't know where it was coming from, and she was like,
I just had to pee.
He's like, nah.
It's as simple as that. I
just had to go.
I wish there was a better reason behind it.
Guru's reformed now, though.
Yeah, reformed.
But you're reformed now, too.
Yeah, I'm reformed. Hell yeah.
You've been doing, because you had anger. Mm-hmm. You think
anger
that
management,
anger issues from your past, like the trauma?
It's weird because I don't consider, I mean, they might consider, anger management is different than like therapy.
Okay.
Like therapy, they're a little bit more like, oh my God, yes, that's beautiful. Wow.
Okay.
You know, whereas like anger management, they're like, the fuck you talking about?
Oh wow.
They're a little bit not that they're what the fuck you talking about. They just put it right there in front of you. Like
it's more like coaching.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Like coaching. So one time when I told my anger management teacher, I said, I don't have any self-confidence or self-esteem because the way my stepfather treated me. He laughed, and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Why?" He goes, "It's your self-confidence. It's not his. What are you talking about? Like, why are you still giving it to him?" He's like, "Do you live with him?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Then it's not his." You know, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So that's what anger management is more so like in comparison to like therapy,
right?
You know, like when I hear someone go to therapy, I go, "Why you still suck?"
Because I've been going. He made me go to therapy because
no, it's beautiful.
We promote mental wellness on this show, and we actually want to have a therapist on very soon. But he was like, "Go to therapy," and I would talk, and I'm paying her, and I'm like, "All right, you gotta say something now." She's like, "The session's over," and I'm like, "I could just talk to myself. I don't need you to listen. What am I paying you?
Come back tomorrow. I'm gonna talk tomorrow.
What am I paying for you for?" And she's just like, "Well, I'm still assessing you, and I'm still." And I'm like,
oh yeah, sometimes like when you just let a person talk, they start to hear because you're letting your actual thoughts out, thoughts you probably just kept inside your head, which like a lot was for me, like a lot of thoughts that I kept inside my head, and then once I heard them out loud, I was like, oh shit, that's what happened.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you know, just in general, like because it's funny. Because I was adopted into a white family, and people think that's where I discovered like all the skateboarding and ride. I was like, no, this was.
But you were doing that before.
Way before.
Okay.
Way before. And my stepfather did not like that shit. He did not
that's
why we clashed so much too. Like he'd break my skateboards.
Dang.
He'd throw my shoes, like my skate shoes away. You know what? My adopted parents, they didn't really like my music either, because they're like super Christian, you know, and I like very strong Christians. They were trying to get me to dress different. I remember they went to Target and tried to buy me some fucking. I was like, I'd never wear that shit.
Wow.
I was like, why would I wear that bright pink shirt and khakis? What the fuck I look like going to a clubhouse? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this? But yeah. So like, I've always been the odd man out, even with black people, even with white people as well. So I've always kind of just stood as like a lone wolf.
So it was never like a culture shock at any point?
Moving in with the white folks? No, I mean, not too strong of a culture because, I was just so far removed from everything.
Okay.
Like, I was just so different and just thought of life differently. Like, I just took it as like, oh, these are the things that are out here for us to like explore.
Right.
Like, that's how I looked at life. Right. I didn't look at it in a way that is like, you black, you got to be like this, or you white, you got to be like this. Like, I mean, people call me white all the fucking time, and yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, I used to get mad, but I don't really. I mean, what am I fucking gonna do about that? What am I fight everybody?
And I can kind of relate to you on that because both my parents are immigrants.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then and my dad left when we were young, which they think is hilarious because he was supposed to take us to the fair, and he said, "I'm gonna run to the store real quick, and I'll be back." And I'm gonna take y'all to the fair. You look like you about to laugh.
I don't laugh.
We laugh and we joke on this show, but this is serious.
That is terrible.
And
Wait.
hold on, I'm getting emotional just telling this story. No, I am.
Drew just dropped the bomb on us. I wasn't even ready.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for that one.
For real, it's still. And my sister watched the clip and she was like, "Wow, that brought back." She said it looked like you wanted to cry on the show. And yeah, he was supposed to take us to the school fair.
What age was this?
I was like middle school maybe, or like early, like late elementary school. He was like in and out, but he had came back and we were like, yeah, Daddy's finally decided to stay and be with us. Finally, we have a daddy. He's like, yeah, kids, I'm gonna take y'all to the fair. But apparently, like him and my mom had got into it, and he said, I'm out. I'm going back to New York. I ain't, I'm done with this. I tried.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we ain't get.
Y'all cool now?
No, he would try to like come back like my brother played Division I basketball, and he was like a star of the university. He was like on the side of the bus, and he was like, yeah, son, I raised you. I did well, huh? Or like, son.
It is funny when they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I graduated high school, my stepfather was there. He was at my graduation.
My dad was
he was like, I knew you could do it. I was like, bitch, I should kill you. I'll kill you right here. I'll kill you right here and go to prison for life. I was like, what?
Right.
When he finally got in school, his dad was actually surprised.
Yeah.
So it was different. It won't like can I get something from you? It was like you got in?
You got in?
Right.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Letting everybody in now.
Yeah, and and like for me, I don't know if you feel this too, Drew, but like I have no like animosity towards my stepfather at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, what the fuck for? Like,
yeah.
To me, it just feels like the weight is still on my shoulders. Like I know he treated me bad, but also at the same time, if I hold like that hate towards him, then it's like, what did I even learn?
Right.
Like where did I grow if I fucking just hate him?
And it's
like
also,
it's kind of a weird thing to do. It's like I get it. I know he did wrong. You shut your ass up. What was you gonna say?
I'm gonna just raise my hand every time I got a question.
Okay.
Continue. I was gonna say, as a person who has a father, been in my life forever.
Rub it in, don't you?
I know, yeah. Hey, this motherfucker.
You went to Cranbrook.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sometimes it ain't always cracked up as it, all that support. You feel me? Like, look at y'all doing
Yeah, my mom
well.
was Superwoman.
Yeah.
We ain't need him. She did.
Bro, I got 3 dads.
Exactly. Y'all doing. But
yeah.
Y'all doing super well. Me, myself.
I do.
Yeah, I don't think we ever felt like we were just like, this is us. It's just
Right.
We got mom. She doing everything. She had like 3 jobs at a time. She was like pushing us in school.
Yeah.
And we were just like, this is us. Like it made us closer. Like we didn't feel like we had a missing element. But kind of where I was going with that was we grew up in poor neighborhoods because obviously she's an immigrant. She's working 3 jobs.
Yeah.
So it's like we're in black poor neighborhoods, but like my mom didn't want us to adopt like that culture. So like I remember coming home with like my pants sag and being like, yo, mom, what's up? And she would just be like, nah, you ain't talk.
Yeah.
You gonna talk white or proper.
Yeah.
And but then she like worked hard to put us in like private Christian schools. So then now I'm getting introduced to skateboards and pink shirts and that type of environment.
Yeah,
and
what's up?
people
Let's
who
do
want to
it.
touch my hair and like and white women.
Staying out of that one.
Salt. That's salt.
Staying out of that.
That's salt.
Wrong with the double back.
What was her name? Not DJ, but Stephanie Tanner.
Stephanie Tanner. Shout out to Stephanie
Shout
Tanner.
out to Stephanie, the grown one, not the young one.
You know what?
I like my sisters too. I like my sisters too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura Winslow.
What?
Laura Winslow, shout out.
Yeah.
Y'all do
Neil Long from Friday.
Neil Long.
No, I think the first.
Hey, Neil Long today.
Yeah, Neil Long today, right now.
This is a different rabbit hole, and we're not going to go down there. But I want to explore the topic of, how they said there wasn't enough diversity in films and movies? Because, like, my mom was a film buff. Like, she would go rent a movie, and that was, like, our family time.
Oh, that's dope.
So
that's dope. That was the same with me and with my mom, my biological mom.
Yeah,
that
she
was
loved movies.
Like, that was one of, like, the more, like, fun memories that I have of my childhood. Like, when I was living with my stepfather and mom was the movies. Yeah. He wasn't around like at the time, like he was around. He'd be in the room, but like my mom would gather all of us kids together and we watched like some of the most fun. Like Sister Act 2 is like one of my like like
Oh, happy
favorite.
day.
It just makes me think of me and my siblings sitting around and our mom like sitting there with us and just. And it just makes that movie like such a great movie for me.
But they didn't have diversity, so it's like movies like Miss Doubtfire,
Shout out to
all
Miss
those
Doubtfire,
like
though.
classic
Miss
movies.
Doubtfire is classic.
You're seeing the daughter on screen. I'm like, oh dang, she kind of cute.
Gotcha.
So
I get what
it's
you're
like,
saying. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they were like putting it in my mind. I'm just like all these like classic movies that we're watching. It's just like I'm not in, and then I'm like in school with all these like white girls and stuff like that. So it's like I feel like
so the movies in school made you turn you out.
Yeah. They made me go down this. They made me go down this road.
You ain't seen the movie Jungle Fever though?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so now I'm trying to reform and come back home. You know,
That's
so.
fucking hilarious.
I mean, nothing wrong with all women, I feel.
I know you shut up, Justin. You just
You get caught up in the trash, you know.
He said, "Come back home."
Yeah, now I'm trying to come back home to the seasoned food and the the curry chicken and. Your adopted family. You said they can cook. You said not all.
Can't.
Oh, they can't.
Damn.
Can't.
Oh, cannot.
Cannot. Is the
They didn't season.
It's weird because I hate to generalize here, but think about it. Like, because I do think there is white people that can cook. Okay, but the white people that can't cook cannot fucking cook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because like black people, like, I mean, we take like the craziest shit and like can make it a badass meal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like certain white people just haven't found that.
All right. I told my mom she needs to do a cookbook because we were so poor. She had like $3 and she would go get the ingredients and she would make something that's like better than 5-star restaurant.
Your mom's Guyanese though.
Yeah,
right?
she Guyanese though. Okay, so she had a cheat
code.
code.
That was the thing with my.
That tell you a lot.
I don't know if you remember my joke where I was talking about my stepfather. He could cook. He really could fucking cook. Like we were poor too. Like it was fucking 7 of us in an apartment. Damn. So like just that alone and like figuring out how to feed 7 people and to make some of the dopest shit with the very little money that we had, like that motherfucker can cook.
And then you went to people who had a little bit more money and they were making pastaroni with tuna. SpaghettiOs.
Ain't no love in this.
Ain't no, right? Yeah.
SpaghettiOs
even when you ain't
salt.
have nothing, the meals was made with love. You could taste it.
You could taste
it.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about my life too, is that like me as a person, I'm very diverse, but it's just like sometimes people will try to, pigeonhole me into like a one area, but then once they start to talk to me, they're like, oh, you're kind of like all over the place, you know? Because yes, you got to think like I was living in a black home, so it's not like I don't know black culture, and I think a lot of people think that's. But I'm like, do you know where I was at?
Yeah, you betrayed us. Why are you doing this?
I was like, you know where I was at 16 for the first 16 years of my life I was in a black home. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's where I was. So I know everything. I know what a fucking hot comb is. Okay. Come on. Right. Yeah, my mom used that shit on me. I was like, we don't have to do this. Why the fuck do I need a hot comb?
Justin, you look like you used to use the S curl growing up.
I know, right?
I want what Sean Combs had.
Yeah.
I had all the do-rag. I had all the wave kits.
This man don't play with his hair. Like he'll have that do-rag on the whole time we're backstage, and I'm telling you, right before he's going on stage, like he might as well be walking on stage just brushing and taking it off. I'm like, Justin, if you don't get on that goddamn stage.
Right. Well, speaking of white shit, you were a competitive cheerleader.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. I seen Bring It Out.
Bring It On.
They were stealing the chairs.
East Compton Clovers, homie.
Okay.
That's where I was at, dog. Yeah, what's up with it?
Yeah, but you don't play about your competitive cheerleading.
I do not play about it. I represent that shit.
Yeah.
All the fucking way.
How'd you get into that?
I had a crush on this girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to Marissa. She was beautiful.
Okay.
Still is. To this day.
I believe it.
How did that work out for you?
It never happened. Never happened. Never happened.
And then you just
curved
that love and
I just curved that love and stuck it with cheerleading.
But I got you got into college from competitive cheerleading, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Got into college, I went to a junior college in Texas called Trinity Valley Community College, and then University of Louisville. And I only did Louisville for a year. Okay. And that's when I started doing stand-up.
The girls just weren't it.
That girl?
No, I'm saying the girls at Louisville, the cheerleader, your teammates.
Listen, I never kiss and tell because I just like it's always the weird part for me. Right. But like I was a straight guy, really good at cheerleading. Right. Think about it, like I'm an odd man out.
Right.
I'm an odd man out. So like it's like
surrounded by all the ladies.
And like cheerleading is like shit. I'd say it's like 90% gay.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
so you were on the
being
only
an odd
option.
man, only option. So and think about it, and I was really fucking good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So like these ladies looked at me like, damn, this motherfucker
prime real estate.
Cool? Yeah, prime real estate, you know?
Yeah.
And so like someone, you know,
like, I want you to hold me up.
Some of them come out of the woodworks and shit that didn't fuck with me back in the day. You know? I'm like, oh, you want to fuck with me now? Yeah, now I'm doing bigger shit. But no, it was cool though. Like, you know, like I don't really, you know, like I said, kiss and tell because I don't know.
But you had your fair share.
I got my fair share. I got my fair share.
He got his bite at the apple.
Listen,
he did.
I got my fair share.
Yeah,
I got my fair share.
So
I'm not mad about it.
Doing the dances, it was worth it.
Shit. Oh yeah, hell yeah, man! You gotta realize I was around some of the most beautiful girls. Like,
man,
say that.
What? Them cheerleaders,
You've seen
man.
some of them. Yeah, he's seen some of them. They'll come to my shows and shit like that.
Guru
They'll show up.
Guru looks like he has some thoughts on this. How do you?
What you got?
I'm just chilling.
How do you feel about the idea of pursuing a competitive cheerleader in pursuit of a woman? Because he always gets on me because I've done some crazy things.
He's done some crazy things for girls.
For girls.
I do anything for love. I do anything for love.
Yeah.
No, I respect it. I do.
Wow.
What was your? So I don't know cheerleading. So I'm not dissing you or nothing. But when you say you're really good at cheerleading, what would you like the base? Like what was the
base? Like I would, stun. I throw the girls in the air and all the flips. Like, but the flips was
were
like.
you actually doing flips too?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the above.
So when you held the girls
watch my
up,
highlight reel.
Pull
Check
it
the
up.
highlights. Yeah, ESPN. Then we got it. Well, yeah, I've been on ESPN. I got rings and shit.
Really?
for real?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a world champ.
Wow.
You got a display at home.
It's funny
too?
when people think it like, but literally a world champ. Like we beat, like we were going against Colombia and Puerto Rico. So like we were really competing like against other countries. So I'm a legit world champ. Not like a world champ that's like just competed in the States, like the way fucking baseball says it. They call themselves
the
World
Series.
Yeah, it's like
That's
what?
crazy.
World Series. It's just here.
Do you have a favorite cheer?
The fans.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite cheer.
I was gonna say you gonna have to give us that.
So wait, but when you held the girls up, your arms didn't shake.
No.
Because I see people
see
try
my
to
arms?
they lift the girls up and they be like,
Yeah, they be.
Bro, do I look like I'm do I look like a weak bass to y'all?
they be like, I can't wait for the flip because I can't hold this no more.
And that's what's so funny when people like ask like, oh, were you like trying to rub up on their under their skirts? I'm like, I have a human above my fucking head.
Right.
Bruh, if I move in a weird way,
It's a wrap.
bruh, she could die. Like she could fall. That's what I'm saying. Like it's weird. So it's funny that people ask that kind of question, like, oh, were you you grabbing the ass and shit like that? It's like, bruh, I'm holding it's like
Her
some
life is in
circus.
my hands.
Her life is in my hands.
Sounds like you just never advanced to that level to be able to maintain
You know
safety,
what? World
maintain
champ,
safety,
huh?
and get yours
And inspect.
and inspect.
Okay. Hey, give it a shot.
I'm not gonna let you down.
His base buddies are like, Copperfield. Like, quiet, I'm holding her. I have to concentrate.
I have to make sure she's safe.
Man, fuck y'all.
Yeah, but no,
You can't win championships that way, all right? Y'all need to think. Where's the fucking Mamba mentality in this room? Where's the Mamba
about to
mentality?
say.
The Mamba is above your head.
Yeah, respect.
Drew won one basketball championship, and from what I heard, there was a lot of groping in that locker room.
Yeah, we was smacking each other on the ass.
We did it.
We did it, boy.
Yeah, we did it,
There was
boys.
a lot of towel whips. Yeah, but
We did it. Yo, we number one.
Yo.
We number one.
He said, how about it, man?
Yeah,
Now,
but
cheerleading was dope. I loved
dope,
cheerleading a lot, man. It taught me a lot of great things. It really did. It's crazy as it is. Honestly, it taught me how to be around women.
Okay.
It
That's
taught like okay, put it this way, because it taught me how to be like such a hound for women.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm just around like beautiful girls all the time. So there's this thing, if you just play cool, chill, and just be who you are, a lot of times that just catches their attention. Just be cool, play my position.
I had to go through that transition.
And you gotta honestly.
We're still trying to get Jay there because he's still hound dogging.
But you honestly
it's
gotta
like-
accept, like,
It's
sometimes
like
you gotta go into a situation. You're like, if it doesn't happen, I'm still happy I'm here.
Right.
Okay.
It's like this weird like letting go type of thing. And
It's like
sometimes
not
when you
seeing
have that,
every girl that's a pursuit.
because it creates this energy for you, and the ladies get attracted to that energy. Where it's just like, damn, he's not even trying to.
He's non-threatening.
He's
He
not
ain't
threatening. He's not trying to hit on me. Oh what? Oh,
You could say that's good prep for even the lifestyle you're entering now too. So it's like You never know like how
comedy
big and far this goes, but just all the women you're encountering and just how they approach you. I feel like a lot of people can get caught up in a lot of that. So it's like
and that's scary. You know,
it is.
Was that a sneak diss? No, I'm just
no, at the same time, he's absolutely right. But you definitely got to. I mean, if it's worth the pursuit, you got to have some type of context clues that let a person know, hey, what's your Instagram? Where, don't try to go for the numbers right off the bat.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Girls like the confidence though.
Yeah,
Tell us what they like. They like the hounds though, right?
Oh, what type of girls are
you
these?
doing well out there?
Look, man, I just chill. I'm just
you just chill.
I'm Venus flytrap, man.
This motherfucker.
I'm gonna sit in the corner. Hey, if you come over here, man, we can talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that you play it like that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's definitely being true.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why y'all lying?
He being modest. He being
No.
coy.
Or what? You single right now?
She must have.
Yep. Yep.
What?
Look at him putting that energy out there on the podcast.
He's single, but there's a girl who's gonna feel some type of way when she watched this.
I don't think so. Hopefully not.
All right.
You know.
He's like, can we move on? Nah, but
needless to say, all y'all should try competitive cheerleading.
More the story.
Get out there. Give it a shot.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
I think we should.
You might find your wife.
What?
You might find your wife.
We should do a featurette. We'll do a little cheer thing.
Yeah,
Have
you could coach us.
Yeah. Easy does it.
Who gonna be the base?
I'll go find
you gonna have to be the base.
I want to be at the top of the pyramid. Y'all gonna have to hold me up.
You calling it already?
Yeah. But I'm the most flexible, so I got.
I don't know, because I don't know how everyone was, but me, like growing up, like I was always trying to fall in love. Okay. I was that guy.
Okay.
I was that guy.
You was writing poetry.
Oh, was I? Bro, I had poems on deck.
Handwritten.
Bro, I wrote a girl love album. Yeah,
hey.
Full on album. Me playing the acoustic guitar.
You are sitting next to.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Hey,
maybe I'll let him tell.
Oh yeah. There's
a lot of hits. Hey, there was a lot of hits on that motherfucking album. What you fucking talking about,
this
bro?
This guy wrote a girl a rap song.
I've written some songs for some.
Come on.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Worked.
That's work. Listen, I don't know.
I might have made a mixtape, but that was just throwing a couple songs together and.
Oh, so you do that? See, no. See, we got talent. We got talent. So we're gonna utilize our talent, our abilities.
So there was a lot of hits.
It was a lot of hits. Wait till you see that commercial come out with hits such like. Yeah, man, I wrote a whole album for that girl, bro. Wow. She gave, and then I asked one of her homegirls. I was like, "Yo, did she like it?" Mm-hmm. and she goes, "You want me to be honest?" I was like, "Yeah, come on, be honest." And she was like, her and a bunch of girls were laughing about it on the bus, and I was like, "For real?" Yeah. I was like, "Tell that bitch to give me my album back."
Damn. She didn't make it past the intro.
She started laughing at the intro, dog, and the intro was the best part.
How many
songs? Yeah, it was like. It's like 8 or 9 tracks.
And the girl don't even matter at that point because you know how good it was. You just
I know how good it was.
I'm about to spend this on another shit.
And when I asked for it back, she gave it back because I was like, "Yeah, give me my fucking shit back. I'm gonna re-record this shit with a different bitch's name."
Yo, don't it seem like though, if you go out of your way to do that, it almost never works?
It never works.
Right.
Oh,
the ones you take all the steps for.
I don't know anyone. And if there's someone out there, leave a comment.
Please say
it. Leave a comment. But I don't know anyone that's ever like made like their own original songs with a guitar or rapping, and it actually got the girl. There's no fucking way. But you know what? Here's the thing that makes me mad.
We've been with people who we've been listening to y'all's music. Like, look what this guy made me.
Here's the thing.
And some of them some good records. I'm like, you didn't go for that?
Yeah, exactly.
He got a future.
He got a future.
You sure you want me?
Yeah. But here's the thing that makes me mad. All these women that talk about, I want a good guy. I'm a good guy. I poured my fucking heart out.
That sounds manipulating, though.
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not entitled. That was a little bit of entitlement. But don't say you want a good guy and don't go for the motherfucker that made that love album. And I did it in my home. It was so funny because this was in high school when I did this shit, and we did it at my homie's house because he had a red light above his room outside his door, and so anytime he turned it on, his mom knew not to fucking come in there because we were making hits.
The Hit Factory.
Yeah,
and you said it was a guitar and you was rapping?
No, I wasn't rapping. No.
You were singing?
It sounded more like country songs.
Okay, so it was fusion jazz.
It was fusion jazz.
Okay. Experimental.
Little John Mayer. I go more so John Mayer.
Okay.
There was one song I told her, I forgot the lyrics, but one lyric I remember that I thought was cold as fuck. I said, "You got green eyes like a tractor," because a tractor's green, right? God. And her eyes were green.
You hit her with that?
I hit her. Hey, yo, I thought that was the biggest bar.
What was his bar? What was it? The round thighs with the big brown eyes.
Yeah,
she got me shaking with them big round thighs.
Yeah, that was your line, Jay. Oh no, that was your line.
That was I'll play it for y'all after we get once we get through this.
Yeah, that didn't work. Jay said that didn't work.
Yo,
think about it.
Get her.
The green eyes like a tractor did not get her.
That's crazy.
She said, "What the fuck?"
I want to dive a little deeper. We like to have fun, and I'm glad that like you had an experience growing up, but you were able to kind of like flip that.
Not with aliens.
No aliens.
No aliens. But like real life shit.
Yeah.
Like you went through some stuff, and now you're able to like talk about it on stage, and it's a part of your identity now.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to like dive a little bit deeper because I do appreciate you in terms of I was always that way where I was exposed to different cultures and different environments, but I always did what I liked.
That's right.
If I liked
you was
this,
you.
Yeah, it was me. If I liked this music, I liked it regardless of people being like, "Oh, that's whack," but I was lacking in terms of like appreciating the Black culture.
Okay.
Because when I was younger, there was like a lot of negativity associated with it. So I had to go through, like I said, I grew up like in a poor neighborhood. It was like there was shootings in my neighborhood. So I always saw that as like, we got to do better to kind of get out of that.
Okay. For sure.
So like, we use education as a tool to like achieve the things we wanted in life. I don't want to say like I felt better than like the community I came from.
It was a separation.
There was a separation, and it took like, I don't know if it was like, during, 2020, we had a lot of that stuff going on, or just remember with the riots and the police brutality and all that kind of stuff. It was a little bit before that. That might have like put the cap on it, but I had to do some like soul searching and be like, I'm Black, and like I love being Black. I love my people.
We do have a connection.
I love my culture, and I wanted to know if you kind of had that.
So
you only been a nigga for like 3 years.
I don't like these guys.
Welcome to the family. I didn't know you were that new.
I rock with y'all.
Well, so
Guru,
here's that's so funny.
Hey guys, I want to be Black.
Yeah, that's so funny. I love
Let's
Black.
go that new. Okay,
let's go to the night. I just got my card.
So he's a sophomore nigga.
I just got my card, niggas.
That's beautiful. Well, okay, so here's the interesting thing about me. Like, I did deal with identity issues on a racial level for sure. Because I was always told I wasn't Black. Like I was told that,
being the darkest one in the room.
Being the darkest one, literally.
Yeah.
I dealt with that pretty heavy. Like, I was just always told I wasn't Black. But not just, like, I got it at school, but I would also get it at home. Not from my mom or my siblings, but just strictly from my stepdad. Like, he would just
like,
always say
Black.
So think about it. Like,
but he probably was like, you're not a man, too. Like, you're not a Black man.
No, I don't think he ever did
because I think we're kind of like the same age, and we talked about this on the show.
I'm 35.
People used to be like, "That's gay." Like, I don't know if they meant like literal gay, but they just meant like that was whack.
That was whack. Yeah. I mean, like everything I did was like whack. So, but like hearing that at school and hearing it at home, like you kind of believe it because I'm a kid, and for years, man. Like even when the riots were happening or anything that happened in Black culture, like I always felt like I couldn't be a part of it because I was told I wasn't Black. Like
y'all want me to march with y'all, but y'all
but
y'all ain't let me sit at the table.
But here's the thing. I'm not mad at those people. This is why I never get mad at people for saying that, because what I've realized is like it's just a lack of education. That's all it is. Like education is probably like our biggest problem, I think, in this country is education and the lack thereof, because you got to think like people will believe somebody online that they've never met in their fucking life, and I'm like, what is your fucking credentials? I question everything, but that's just coming from like the punk rock hardcore world because like it's like a rebellious thing in the sense of just question everything.
Right.
But I did think that for the longest time, and it took years. So yeah, even when certain shit would happen, like I just felt like I couldn't be a part of it. I feel like I couldn't have a voice in it, even though like I look in the mirror every day and what I see is black. But it didn't take until I reconnected with my biological father.
Okay.
6 years ago. It didn't, that connection with him. Like he's always done this thing where he's just like he just shows me my relatives. Like he goes, "Oh, this is your great grandma. This is your," and all these people are black.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like when people call me white, I'm never offended by it anymore because I know where the fuck I come from.
Right.
Like if I didn't know where I came from, that's why I used to get mad at it because I didn't know exactly where I came from. So of course I'm gonna get mad when someone calls me white. But now I'm like, oh, I know exactly where the fuck I came from. Like, and like the thing is like if you really look at me, the only things I really fuck with of white culture, probably the music. Like I don't go to cabins. I don't fuck with cabins. I don't fuck with that shit.
But there is kind of like a satire to your comedy, and to be honest, like I was a little confused until getting to know you a little bit more.
A lot of people are. A lot of people are.
Because you do, like you embrace.
I'll tell you a good story after you tell.
Okay, like you embrace being adopted by a white family and like having your own identity and doing things that might be quote unquote like outside the black community or more white.
Yeah.
But I guess getting to know you a little bit more and like seeing your stand up, because you do embrace it on stage and a lot of your audience is.
Yeah, because it'd be weird if I didn't. Okay, I'll tell you this story. So I remember one time I was opening for Rodney Perry. It was my first time doing an all black room, right? And I remember going out there and I got 3 laughs. I got about 3 laughs, right? And they weren't the strongest laughs.
Sympathy laughs.
They were, they was
like,
just,
I
saw what you trying to do. Yeah,
boy.
And then Rodney Perry, shout out to him. He said to me, he goes, I like that you stay you on stage, but you got to let people know what's up. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, you got to tell people who the fuck you are. He goes, you didn't say anything about you. And meanwhile, he goes, here's the thing about black people as a whole. And this is very, very true. Like, he goes, they see you walk out on stage and they know you different. He goes, before you even touch the microphone, they know he's different. And they're like,
because you came out there like, ready, okay.
And so he was like,
you did a kickflip in the air with no skateboard.
Exactly.
And didn't tell the audience. What they in for.
Count into his material. 5, 6.
But so then I thought about it. I was like, damn, and so I remember I went out the next night. I went home that night, and I was just like going over my set and like rewriting it and adding things that I'm like, oh, I need to address this thing, this thing that's, and then I remember I went out there and I was just like, first thing I said, I was like, I was adopted into a white family, and someone goes, nigga, I knew it. And that right there let me go anywhere I wanted to go.
Okay.
Because I gave you this insight of like where like a little bit of my history, but but like I have to say that first, and then I could tell you where I came from. Like that's why I do the adopted folks first.
Right.
Okay.
Then I go into my stepfather. Then I go into biological father, because then you get like this idea of like, oh, okay, now this makes sense of where he comes from. So, and also like, I think honestly, it'd be weird if I didn't address it or didn't talk about it. And because it's like, that was a thing. It did happen. You know what I mean? I can't run from the fact that these white folks did take me in. You know what I mean? I can't run from the fact of like I embrace every single thing of my life. I embrace all of it, like all of where I come from.
Right.
And I think that's how I've been able to find my story is embracing. Yeah, I embrace the fact that my stepfather was abusive, but he could cook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, come on now, let's go, Jerry. But I think
I think you gotta have that mentality in life, like take the good with the bad, and like this is like a learning experience.
Well, because I saw the path I was going down before.
With the anger.
But before anger management, I saw, like, when I got into anger management, I saw the path that I was going down. Like, it's destructive.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's destructive for your soul, and it doesn't let you grow. Honestly, if I didn't go through anger management, and if I didn't talk about all the things that I talk about on stage and find a way to be able to talk about those things in a funny way, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today. There's just no way, because I know what I was like. I was holding myself back so much prior to all this. And it's like, man, like in life is tough already. So it's like with all the judgment from other people, at the end of the day, the core of me is black. I can't take that away. You can't. No one can take that away. Even when someone says you're not, like no one can ever take away what the fuck you really are, who the fuck you really are, and where you come from. So, you know, that's the core at the end of the day. But yeah, I just like a bunch of other shit, you know. Like I love my Jeep Wrangler. You know? You know? Yeah. Four door. Come on now. Yeah. I'll take you guys off roading one time.
See, that's where I stop when as soon as you say off road. y'all can do that. Y'all can have y'all fun, man.
You're trying to cruise the block for honey.
Yeah,
you ain't going off road.
No, it's funny because I've actually never been off roading. I just like the Jeeps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I'm like, why do we give Jeeps to white people?
Right.
Why are they the only ones that can have Jeeps? Come on.
And they get like talking proper too.
Yo.
Because I always got criticized for
what do you okay, so here's a new question then. I got a question for y'all, for the new boys. Ain't gonna tie me down. No, I'm just kidding. What about the white people that like white cats that fuck with black culture? Like how's that make y'all feel?
So there's some who really grew up in certain spaces, and you can tell that it's just a part of who they are. Then there's some that try to throw it on as a gimmick. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sensitive about that.
Okay.
So when I do see it up front, I'm like, where dude from? With it, you know, stuff like that.
I agree with that too, because I think there's this thing. Because, like, there's so many things in black culture that are just so fucking dope. And it's like anybody's welcome to appreciate it. But I just think there's times where, there are cats that are, like, overdoing it to a point to where you're like, yo, just chill.
Relax.
Like, you don't have to do anything extra to fucking.
Because you know what's crazy? Even in the stuff that people associate with being black, there's still, like, a level that we don't go to. And they'll over exaggerate. I'm like, the blackest people don't even do all that. Yeah. They'll OD like doing the. I'm like, That now I know you faking it because you doing too much.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even. You never heard no black person talk like that. You took a bass and try to turn it up even more.
Because I know white dudes that are literally love black culture and like listen to hip hop. I mean, their main shit is hip hop. But meanwhile, they dress jeans and a t-shirt, you know what I mean? They nothing extra, just like you know, they understand like, oh, this is something that I appreciate, and
right.
You know,
but they don't get carried away.
They don't get it. No, not at all. Not at all. It is interesting. Yeah, you see this. It seems to be that's more when it comes to, you know, a white person liking black culture, that it'll over fucking do it. Like something like what's that fucking, remember that one viral white girl, what's her name?
The Catch Me Outside joint?
Whoa
Vicky. Whoa Vicky.
Okay.
Whoa Vicky.
Doing too much, man. But that's all I got on. I ain't even go.
I won't even go deep into it, but like for example, and what's funny?
But she identified as black.
She had said somewhere she was like, my 15th greatest granddad was black or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
What's so funny too is like a black person like me that loves like the shit that I love, you'll never hear any of us say, oh, I identify as white. Think about that. You never hear that, but a white person that loves black culture will say, oh, I identify as black all fucking day,
all the way down to the race,
race. And meanwhile, I've never at the time I didn't think I was black, but I sure as hell never thought I was white. It's just it's interesting, and you know, some people get you know kind of tight with these kind of conversations, but it's like, hey, that's life, and that's what it is, and that's just what our country is. Like I went to England, and I went to go see one of my favorite artists out there, and I remember being out there. I was people were like, oh, what brings you to England? And I was like, oh, I'm here to see Liam Gallagher, and they were like, what? And I was like, oh, because I'm black. Oh. No, they were like, no, they didn't say that at all. They said, oh, we didn't know people from the States
like that music. Okay.
Like Liam Gallagher. And I was sitting here like, that was the first time I've ever heard anything like that. Because they didn't see me as, they saw me he's from the States. He's American. But meanwhile here, we just have so many different cultures here that it's like, at the end of the day.
How did they say it though?
What,
in
to him?
England? Yeah. Hey, mate, we didn't know you. We didn't know you.
What? Bruv. You're
bloody black.
Fucking black, man.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you coming down here.
Thanks for having
what's next for you? You got the
I'm doing a movie with Woe Vicky. We got a big movie coming out. It's a
spinoff of Bring It On 4.
Yeah, Bring It On 4.
Yeah,
it's where you get a black dude that loves white culture, and then you get a white girl. I can't even say.
Well, I don't know if this is coming off the top of your head, but you actually might be onto something there.
And then we meet each other,
and then y'all trade bodies, it's like
a Freaky Friday.
It's like a Freaky Friday.
Lindsay Lohan will be in it as a guest, a cameo. So
I like that.
Just because we need
a black guy who likes white culture and a white girl who likes black culture.
And then Ice Cube has a cameo in it because we need,
I like that.
So you can look out for that movie in theaters.
Coming soon.
2028.
2028.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. Can we give him a round of applause?
For sure, man.
Thank you guys.
Legit.
Hilarious guys.
And if I'm in your city, just come see me on the road. I know I don't do podcasts often or anything like that or much, of anything. But yeah, just come see me on the road. I got tour dates, ChapelLacey.com. If I'm in your city, come kick it with me or come skate with me.
And shout out to Justin Elliot.
Yeah, shout out to Justin.
Funny guy.
The dude.
Appreciate you.
Go follow him. We're gonna have him on. We're gonna have him on.
Definitely gotta have him back
in the future. Next time you come through,
we're
gonna have him on. And continue to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Sure.
Jay with the jokes, funny guy. Drew with the blah blah, telling crazy stories for a lifetime. Kemp got the wisdom for him, like nothing's ever that serious. And if you don't listen, then you're delirious.
Bro, you can't say that. Why not? Because we're live. I just said nothing's ever that serious.